for her to come. So she's my manager right now. Another one of my friends, business and finance for years, and so she's always like, hey, what are you doing? Do you have any questions? My clients are amazing. They'll give me feedback, even when I don't ask. My clients say, hey, I'll come and be a receptionist for you. You don't even have to pay me, just, for a few hours a day, just reaching, saying, hey, I need you. My husband would come and sit and do reception sometimes, or when I, had questions, I'd reach out to a lot of the people around me. When I moved into the building I had no one to come and clean. I didn't have a cleaning person. I needed help. I went to Costco, got snacks and pizza and everything. I'm like, listen, I can't pay you guys, but if you could help me, they saw the dream. They believed in me. They loved me. I heard it to them, so it was finally that she's asking questions. I've met so many new people in this room that are already going to change my life. I'm like so excited. In every way. So again, it's starting here. Stepping out of your comfort zone. And being transparent, even financially, when I opened up my business, was helping me put it together. I said, hey, listen, I have a small business, as you know. I don't know about grants. I don't know about even how to grow. Can you please help me? And he did. He's taking me steps, even how to find a POS system, because that is like the craziest thing ever. Taking you to do that down to these small things that you don't know about. So I can't stress enough, just ask for help. Reach out. And the people, if you're a person in this room and you have the answer, give back and get answers, please.
Thank you for that response. Esther, I guess I'll ask you this. We talk about having community around us that's supportive, but what about removing those who don't believe in the dream? Because we definitely need to have around us iron sharpening iron, right? So how important is it that we have discernment and are mindful of those who are not working in our favor and eliminating them from the picture?
Well, they say lie down with the dogs, we come up with kids, right? So being a new business, it's hard to put facilities together. And sometimes when you hire, you are, I'm sorry I'm gonna use this word, but you're chairwoman. Because you just wanna get somebody, just make sure you have somebody. You're not, so it doesn't matter whether they're the right personality or the wrong personality, or you don't feel energy, you just want that position to feel. Because this year, like she said, we are coming here. What I've done this year is some people come with the wrong synergy. And I'm telling you, someone can come and even touch your money, or even someone can come and be part of your team, and everything crumbles. So your first instinct should be your gatekeeper. Whatever you feel at that point, if it's not the right thing, that's it. So you gotta have to be able to weed out, because you don't want people that come and all that hard work is consistent. It's what it is.
Wonderful. Dr. Constance, I'm going to swing over to you. The other aspect to that discernment is the power of the word no. No is a full sentence, and for many, especially women, we find it difficult to say no when that should be the proper response. How important is it for us as business owners, as women, to know when to say no?
Listen, I gotta leave this. I tell people I just grew up this year. Parenting is different now. I'm a guide because they know I'm an entrepreneur, so they're like, Mom can do it. She can stop what she's doing and send this off for me or call this place. And I'm like, again, I'm working. And oftentimes I'll say in our group text message, I am working. Don't come up here with this. And so I had to start telling them no, or go to my husband. Go to him, ask him, or figure it out, Google it. I had to Google plenty of things before.
Google her.
Google me some money. But I just learned that I have to say no, because I definitely don't want to crash like I did a few years ago. by taking on too much and not taking care of myself. I feel like that was a derivative of all the yeses that I was saying yes to. So definitely, you know, your calendar, your time is precious, and you get to determine what you do with that time that you get. And it feels good to be able to cause them to be critical thinkers, cause them to figure out their resources in their pool, not just me, not just husband. So no, it's really important for the growth that you anticipate for yourself and also for your own mental clarity.
Definitely necessary. Dr. Ajayi, I'm going to swing it to you because you wrote a book called Empowering Initiatives. How empowering is the word? Oh, extremely empowering. And it's about priority. And if they don't, then let them go. Let them go. The people you surround yourself with, that's your resource. We are each other's resources. If you surround yourself with them in order to stay on priority. So therefore, no is a priority. If it's not my priority, then it's a no. As I said, it becomes difficult for kind of trained and taught that we should be pleasing to others, right? We should make things available for everyone else. Jean, I'll ask you this, I guess. How necessary in your role in whatever position you want to take this stance from, how necessary is it to find a collective of women who support you, right? Because we need each other to be successful at what we do. How important is it to have that group?
Oh my goodness, it's incredibly important. And one of the things that I've taken away from this experience today is that this is a group of people that I want to be with, that I want to be associated with. Because I love the energy around this. So this is, this is fantastic. And I would say, I'm sure this happens to you in your businesses, is, everyone is on social media, right? And your business is on social media. And I think having that network of women is important because there are days I am literally in tears. And then I have a friend who says, oh, come on, you were tougher than this. We're counting on you to be tougher. So
different stages of lives for so many of us, where we're parents and we're guiders. When you get to a moment where it's about you and it's authentically about you, you have folks around you who understand that, who may not see the dream, who may not understand. How do you sell yourself? How do you sell what's proprietary to your business, Tiffany? How do you tell them Eden Salon is where you need to be and here's why? How do you stand out in your market?
So whenever I talk about my business, I let people know it's my everything. Not you, anybody else around is going to stop this, is going to bring me down, is going to bring my business down, or the people that work with and for me. I let them know we work as a team. We want the best for ourselves and our clients. And if you cannot and will not be a part of that, you can move on. Again, I just grew up this year. I've been through so much in this year. She talked about social media. I literally had someone try to drag me, not try to, but drag me on social media. When she did that, then people reached out to me, the person. I don't even believe it. Tip, keep strong, and that's what, having that community of people, and just women, that they stood with me and for me because they know what I stand for. And so you just have to stand firm in your why. Stand firm in your why. Nobody's gonna take that away from me. I love the community that comes into my salon. I love my staff. I love the people around me. And so I stand strong in that. Please stand strong in your why. And nobody will bring you down. Nothing and no one will bring you down if you stand strong in your why.
When your brand is your business and it represents who you are out to the world and who you are personally, Dr. Constance, how important is it that you make sure your brand is indicative of your actual core values, the things that you believe in, that you find affirming? How important is your brand in being reflective of you?
That's an excellent question. And I am my brand. How I speak, primarily women of color in business. And I say that because I don't exclude anyone from women in color. because I uniquely know the needs that we have, the challenges that we go through. And we speak a certain language. And so when I show up in a room, I am authentically me because I know that the women that understand me will come flocking. I will attract the person who values self-development, personal and professional development. I am someone who stands for community and collaboration. And so what you will find when you come into my life or I come into your life is it's not just me, it's a whole village behind me. It's real estate agents, it's loan officers, it's estate planners, it's other insurance agents, it's other financial advisors. I don't compete, I collaborate in community. And so you're gonna find that on every stage, in every room, you get what you get. Right? And so I don't separate myself from my brand because it's uniquely
Wonderful. Knowing your brand also means knowing scale and when and if you should be expanded. Talk a little bit about the importance of being knowledgeable. When will you be adding a location? When can I grow larger? What that step, the need to grow and get bigger, knowing your brand, knowing your business, how necessary is that so that you can expand? Dr. John. Growth.
Well, I mean, I think just knowing your why allows you to be able to really focus on where you want to be, right? You know why you exist, and then you can focus on where you're going. And then that helps you. You have the instinct. Your instinct will tell you it's time to expand, it's time to do more. If you do more than you can bear, you will crash. So you really need to understand. And also, what resources do you have around you? What other women can you collaborate with? You know, I feel like the village that you talk about, I don't need to pay for something if I have a friend that can give you that information. You know, so knowing, just being instinctual with your knowing your brand and knowing your why and knowing kind of being in touch with your instinct and your community of women that support you, so you don't necessarily spend money unnecessarily. You can get the resource for free.
Thank you. We are also taking questions from the YouTube site, and someone on YouTube would like to know, how do you know when it's time to expand? I guess they were reading my mind. Considering staffing issues and high interest rates, when is it financially responsible to expand?
Anyone?
when it's reasonable to do so. You know, they talk about having these champagne taste and beer budget. We want so many things, but we have to be realistic about where we are and the relationships and resources around us. And so it's not to say that you shouldn't plan for the execution. When you're in the right rooms with the right people, you never know when you open your mouth, that thing that was on the list that you put off for 2 years because you didn't have the money, well, now that person is sitting at your table having dinner. And so when you organically network, then there come the resources for you. So I would say definitely still plan out all the things that you want to plan out, but just know that, like you said, if you take on too much at one time, you will crash. And so still be very intentional, write it down, and make sure that whatever you bite off, you can handle it. And your team can handle it, and things of that nature.
So we're going to open it up to you lovely folks in the room. If anyone has any questions for this dynamic panel of women, just raise your hand and we'll bring the microphone over to you and you can ask our lovely ladies.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Denise Brick, and the question that I have for the panel is, for someone who was, like, originally may have had a business and they want to start out over, what is the information that you would have for them? What are the resources that you could possibly share with them?
I think from my perspective, I mean, I've had a business, I restarted something else new. You just have to find, you already know what mistakes you made in the past. So for me, that's the first thing I identify. Sit down and go like, okay, on my first rodeo, this is, and moving on, these are the things, if I start another business, these are the things I know for a fact are non-negotiable. You get what I mean? So that's my baseline. And then from that, I work with my passion. For example, my dialysis clinic is inspired by my dad. For me, it was a passion project because I wanted to create an environment where dialysis patients come and they feel the love. They feel it's not just another hospital they're going to. They feel like, the people taking care of them from the way we are, our clinic is structured, from the way we work on our interior decor and everything else, you feel at home. So you have to, for me, maybe is just making sure that you know what's negotiable for you, that you don't repeat those mistakes, and then find the passion of the thing that you want to work with. That way you can still stay strong in what you want to do.
Hi, ladies. Thank you, first of all, for me having this Emergeher 2022. It was amazing, and I know we all appreciate just being here and being able to glean from these wonderful, beautiful women and everyone else in here. So my question to the panel is, as entrepreneurs, we know it's hard. We know it's either feast or famine, and there's usually no happy medium constantly in this journey. So when life happens to you, maybe it's just we heard a little bit from Dr. Constance. When it happens to you, something almost detrimental or life changing, and you're a business, and you're at that fork in the road, and you're like, do I keep going? Do I keep moving? How do I get up? How did you get up from it? And if you can explain that to maybe encourage those of us that are going through it right now. Like, how do you get trauma or that almost life-threatening situation to pick yourself back up and get your business running?
Yeah, I'll take that. I would say even in 2021, after I gotten better and everything like that, I was at a fork in the road because I had all these financial licenses that I had worked so hard to get, even while dealing with COVID long haul. I was at a place where I had to decide, was I going to take my licenses and put them with one of the big boys, one of the big firms, or if I was going to go out on my own and do my own firm for myself. And when we talk about being first and how uncomfortable that is, I was in that space. And I ran up against a bunch of hardships because you don't know what you don't know when you're in these spaces. Just have a salary. But I started thinking about legacy, and I can't give my job to my children. And so I was like, I have to get out here and be uncomfortable, learn what I need to learn, pay the money, pay the fees, get outside of my comfort zone because, the financial field is a white male dominated field in financial services, and everybody knows that. And I liken myself to a unicorn because I'm a minority, I'm female, and I grew up in poverty. So I was thinking, well, who is behind my name that the world would say, he qualified me. And he knew the trials and the struggles that I would have to go through in order to be as passionate as I am about growing, about my children and my children. And so when I started doubting myself, I had to think back to, why did he call me here? And why did he allow me to go through those things that now adds value to someone else's life? And so when you're thinking along those lines of legacy and purpose and all of that, the how comes because now you're clear. And so in my own experience, I had to go places and meet people, but if that's what it costs to be able to keep my word, to keep my promises and promise of more, then that's what I have to do. That's the price I pay, is being uncomfortable for sure, so that I can get to the place where my children are looking at me with pride and they have something that they can say, I watched my mom get through that tough time, and she did it. So for me, in my own personal experience, it was tapping into the pain points and learning the lessons from what I had gone through, and getting in some of these rooms, where you might be the only person of color, you might be the only woman, but what can you gain from that experience that now you can go to another sister in business and say, I understand, but you're not giving up.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the crowd?
Can I have one more?
Absolutely. So gratitude. is one thing that I find very important. Sometimes you think you're down in the dumps, then you hear somebody else's story, and you're like, oh, I'm so grateful. So really, gratitude allows us to put things in perspective. You know, we don't have to know it all before we take that step. Like one other question over there, you don't have to know the full extent of where you're going to take that step. Just put that step one in front of the other, and the doors will start to open up as long as you're willing to learn, you're willing to collaborate, you're willing to show up and be present. Just be grateful on a daily basis. And I think that puts things in perspective.
That's unnecessary crying. We often think that, I've heard this before, two things can be true of one situation, right? So I could be doubting and still be successful, and question myself and still have the focus and drive to do it. So that's another question.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Christine. This is the third event that I have come to. And I want to say thank you to all of you. You guys are the most unselfish people I know. Because putting your story out there, motivating people means a ton. It's more than you can ever imagine. I am one of those people that keeps dragging my feet. I've been for a long time. Is one of the things that just keeps holding me back. And my question is, when you guys first started, what was the most part about just jumping in and doing what you have to do?
Can I just say something about fear just because I wrote about it? Speak about it, right? Speak on it, right? There's always going to be fear attached to every next level. Just accept that. Every next level, are you going to face it? Are you going to get away? Are you going to do it afraid? When I was writing my book, even though I have a PhD and I've written many articles and I've been working for 10 years after my doctorate, writing a book was like a big deal. I needed a coach, I got a coach. I needed a community of people. I get to affirm myself every day. I'm not playing. I had stickies in my office that said, like, when I got to that point, when I was like, who would want to read this? Who cares? Why you? Or why not me? Why not me? And I have a voice. And I needed to keep affirming myself daily to face those fears, to get to that next level. So you do it afraid.
Just to piggyback off of what you just said, my challenge was, am I good enough? Can we be real? Because again, I'm not the thought that comes to mind when you think about financial planner, investment advisor, you think about an older white man, right? Let's be real, you think about that. And I had to decide that I had come through enough for the passion to be able to help other people that look like me. But in addition to that, I knew that I needed to know more about what it was that I could do to super serve women of color in business. I say super serve. Because to me, it's not just about putting the open sign on the business. It's about, why are you doing this? How far do you want to take it? And do you want to continue to develop so that you're always innovating and offering something great to your clients? And so when I thought, why me? Why not me? And if it is going to be, it has to be me, right? I can't put this responsibility of legacy off on someone else for my children. It's my responsibility. And so even with the fear, even with the questions, we move forward.
Tiffany and Esther, I'll let you chime in. You guys have brick and mortar locations, right? So I'm sure that there were some things that would stop you or would have halt you from that progress. Could you speak to maybe something that's keeping her from actually going and taking that next step and going past the fear?
So I always joke around, but it's a real thing the way I live my life. I laugh in the face of danger. I always say that. I just laugh in the face of danger. I take a lot of risks. The first location I had was 500 square feet. Like I told you, that was just July of 2020. I decided to open. That was May I started, July I opened up the doors. So I was extremely scared. December 1st of last year, I met a woman on Facebook Marketplace. Reached out to her about a shampoo bowl because I just knew I wanted to expand, But again, I didn't think I was ready. Didn't know, I had met with a realtor about getting a building, but I wasn't ready for that. I was scared. I stopped and like, no, let me just sit back. Miss J and I met, she had a business in the mall, and there was a space empty. That got given away. So I was thinking I was like all of these no's. So I just sat in it and I was like, you know what God has for me is going to be for me. But again, going back and reach out to this woman December 1st, 4 o'clock at night. She told me about the shampoo bowl. I'm like, well, I'm going to, I'll buy it and put it in store. Let me just speak this into fruition. I'm going to make this happen in my mind. And then maybe God's going to make it happen in real life. So I'm asking her questions. She said, well, do you still have the space that you're in? And I was like, well, yeah. She said, are you looking for somewhere new? I'm like, actually, I am. She's like, well, do you want to come and see it? I'm like, okay. Like literally doing nothing, I'm laying in bed. So I called my mentor and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go look at this building. She said, you better grab your checkbook because money talks, just in case you want it. I was like, okay. Jump out of the bed, I drive over to this building. Long story short, the woman that was in, it was a salon and spa. She'd been in there for 17 years. She was wanting to get out of the business. Hey, are you interested in it? She gives me a tour. I'm speechless. My husband's at work, no guys, okay? He has no clue this is happening. So she gives me the tour. I'm like, I love it. She was like, listen, there's something about you. I believe in you. I think you can do this. Because at this point, I have 2 employees. She had 40 when she had left this space. She had 40. I have 2. And I'm getting ready to take on what she did with 40. So I'm still inside. I'm like, I cannot do this. I'm literally, while she's talking to me, I'm talking myself out of it. And she's talking me into it. She's like, you can do this. I believe you. Don't know this one from anything. But she's like, there's something about you. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So it was fully furnished, like not fully furnished, but all of the sinks, shampoo bowls, all of that stuff is already installed. I walked into a ready-to-go turnkey building in one day. I didn't ask for it, I wasn't even looking, and walked into that. And literally at that point, I laughed in the face of danger. I wrote her a check. I then told my husband when he got home from work. So I'm like, hey, got a building. So he's like, and I was scared to tell him. So like, I've turned our lives around in one day, and I didn't even ask him. I didn't ask for this, but I believe. So I'm calling my friends. I'm crying, screaming. I'm telling them about it. They can't believe it. Laugh in the face of danger. Laugh, and it's okay. And pray. And believe that you can push forward and do anything. Just try. Just try. You now have a tribe. That you walked into a tribe. Okay, and don't forget that. Please reach out to everybody that you meet. We're here to support. We would not have agreed to this if we weren't all, we didn't have the same mindset. I'm gonna speak for y'all now. We have the same mindset. We wouldn't be get back in the face of danger. Do it. Okay, let me give you my number because I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna like, what are you doing today? Did you start something? What are you doing?
So Tiffany, that is a true testimony right there. She went for a bowl and got a building. Right? Think about your business in that limelight. That I'm going for the bowl, but I want the building. Any more questions from anyone else in the crowd? I guess the final one that I want to leverage with you ladies is success is not always just measured financially by the wins. Sometimes the failures teach you so much more, and in that stretch, it builds character. How important is it for us to carry on from a place of character?
Well, they say if you never failed, if you haven't never failed, you'll never succeed, right? Failure equals success to me. So it doesn't matter how many times I try, it doesn't work out. I tell myself, you did it. So to me, that was success. It may not be the success I was envisioning, but at least I tried. So, just build on a team. Believe in yourself and just try. That's all I can say.
All right, Tiff, yes, sir. Coming from a place of character, how important is it?
Everything. It's everything. You have to walk in that space of gratitude, always, whether you have succeeded at something or failed. So your character, like you just have to walk in that, whether you're down or you're up. You have to still keep just push.
Yeah.
Just push, push, push. That's all I have.
I feel like she believes.
Well, firstly, we talk about self-development, and this has been the last few years where I have targeted self-awareness. And self-awareness is learning even the bad things about yourself or the things that you're not proud of, owning that but not staying there. And then celebrating the awesome things about you. It's okay to pat yourself on the back and say, I'm an XYZ type of a person and I stand in that. One of the, or two of the character traits that I feel like I have that I'm proud of is integrity. Doing what you say you're gonna do, even when no one is watching. And the other is consideration. There are so many people in this world that are just so super selfish and all about themselves and don't consider others. And those are my strong suits. And so with those, I feel like I can build any business from scratch because people always want someone who's gonna be honest with them and mean what they say and do what they say, and is thinking of them in a similar way that you think of yourself. So those are key.
So I don't really believe anything as failure, because like you said, you fail forward, right? Even that whatever you learn is gonna help you move on to that next thing. So we always fail forward. And as far as character, knowing who you are, know what you stand for, and surround yourself with the right people.
I would just end with this. I think we have to rethink failure because in my mind, you're not failing, you're just practicing. And you have to shoot your shot, right? You miss every shot you don't take. So shoot it, and there is magic in the beginning. So just begin.
Wonderful, thank you, ladies. I'm just gonna ask you to sum it all up. You said so much, we've taken in so much, we can't thank you enough for your time and your talent. But if you had to give one word for these ladies to take home, just one word, that if you're in the middle of a tough time, if you're planning what you need to do next, what is that one word that you would say that's on a post-it, that you put on your door, that's at the front of the salon, that you tell your dialysis patients, that you speak to your constituents about?
I would say believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. So you're your biggest
If it is just one word, I would say execute. Because I can't tell you how many people say, I want financial freedom, I want to live in a certain neighborhood, I want to send my kids to the best schools, and don't do anything about it. So execute.
I would say grace. Show yourself grace and the people around you. If you have a team, show your team grace. Show your family grace, because when you get in these positions of being an entrepreneur, it gets hard. There's a lot of sacrifice. People are going to get mad at you. People are going to judge you. They're going to have so much to say. So you have to just show yourself and the people around you grace.
I would say find Christie. And the reason I say that is this, I don't think I know where she's at. This year, you see where she's seated? She's over there. This is Highland. She's so gracious. She lets other people shine. And wow.
A good soul.
So find yourself at Christie.
Aspire. That's my word.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for our speakers, our panelists, each one are dynamic, they're phenomenal. Emergeher 2022, we thank you ladies for your time, your talent, your patience, your sharing of your knowledge. We appreciate you ever so much. I'm going to call Christine to the stage for some thanks and closing remarks. Thank you, ladies.
I'm not going to say a lot. I just want to thank these ladies. I was sitting back there, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, I cannot believe that these ladies have been here since 11 a.m. Come on now, come on. And they're business women. We have a county commissioner here since 11 a.m. Come on. And lastly, of course, all our vendors that have been here since 10. I said 10:30 and someone was calling me. Sister Joyce was calling me at 10 a.m. Christine, where the heck are you? And I'm like, woman, I said 10:30. I said, who does that? But I appreciate you all and everybody that has showed up here, people that have showed up the past events and current events. I appreciate you. Sound a clap for our audio guy, Mr. Bernard. We're still working on things. We're still working. Those that have been with us for a year now, we know that we still have to iron some stuff. And of course, I call her the Oprah Winfrey of Central PA. Wylene, she is my backbone. In fact, I just text her on Facebook and say, hey girl, block this day, and she blocks it. And she's been here till 6:11 a.m. I'm speechless, I'm grateful, I don't know what to say, but all I can tell to these ladies and everybody here, whenever you need me, you know where to find me. Thank you, everyone.
All right, everyone, take this time to frequent some of the vendors, take this opportunity to network, take the time to just say thank you to someone who shared this experience with you. We appreciate all being here. Emergeher 2022. Have a great day.
Quand je pense à mon passé et tout ce que j'ai traversé, je mets genoux à terre pour encore à Dieu, ma tout plus grande. Quand je pense à mon passé et tout ce que j'ai traversé, je mets genoux à terre pour encore à Dieu. Il y en a qui ont dit je ne peux pas, il y en a qui ont douté de moi, mais tout ça parce que je n'avais rien. Quand j'ai vu de mes amis, moi j'étais de loin. Le pétrole du village est devenu kérosène. La vie est une bénédiction, un enfant de Dieu ne peut jamais échouer. Moi, ma vie est une bénédiction, un enfant de Dieu ne peut jamais échouer. Ça va, Junior. Aujourd'hui, je suis heureux. Aujourd'hui, je suis heureux. Capitaine Sérétier, j'étais dans l'obscurité, on m'a refusé une amour. Aujourd'hui, grâce à Dieu, je vis ma vie, mais c'est toi. Toujours chez les grands, jamais fidèle chez les petits. Non, ça va être attention, ma vie est une bénédiction. Qui dit que ta vie a changé, oui, je l'ai fait, aujourd'hui tu as triomphé, vérité. Mes amis, moi je viens de loin, je vais dans du village, est devenu une possession pour moi. Ma vie a changé, aujourd'hui je suis heureux. Ma vie a changé, aujourd'hui je suis heureux.
Hein?
J'ai tenu grand joueur, camarade, c'est parti la bataille, a pu se par la foi, on peut dépasser les montagnes. C'est que par certaines fois, tu peux effacer tes souffrances. Samuel et Joe, pas de nouvelles, est devenu grand patron. C'est parti la bataille, on fait par la foi, on peut dépasser les montagnes. C'est que par certaines fois, tu peux effacer tes souffrances. Ma vie a changé, aujourd'hui je suis en paix, dans son survie. Je suis sur la merveille, aujourd'hui je suis en paix. Sagare, Saga Pichichi, Simbra Colina, Mepando, Alex Gassier, Tuma Saïdo, la vérité, Azerbaïdjan le mystérieux. You
can hold on to that so I can take a picture real quick, please.
Maintenant je te promets d'être cette époque sur laquelle tu peux te poser quand tout va mal. Faudra te pardonner si je m'en découvre, fais-moi juste un peu. Redonne-moi la nuit au calme. Toi je veux ouvrir la plage. Ouvre-moi la pilotage. Toi je veux oublier. Depuis que tu vis en moi comme un livre, j'ai douté à tort, je sortais d'un calvaire, je m'étais promis, quand t'es là, mon cœur s'appelle, pour qu'il voulait m'abandonner la nuit au cage. Pourquoi je veux la plage? Pourquoi je veux vivre?
Pay attention to these drums. Commence à le pique, commence à le pique, plus rien n'est important, plus rien n'est inquiétant. La maladie, on a la joie de vivre, on a la joie de vivre, on sait s'emporter par le vent, on ne va pas penser le temps. La maladie, la maladie de l'amour est comme ça, tu es content et tu souris, c'est la vie. La maladie de l'amour est comme ça, tu es content et tu souris, c'est la vie. La maladie de l'amour est comme ça, tu es très content et tu souris, c'est la vie. Tu n'es pas là, mon bébé, je ne dors pas. On ne peut bien me voir, oh mon bébé, viens me voir. Mon bébé, je ne dors pas. Viens me voir, oh mon bébé, viens me voir. Là-bas on entend, il transfie, 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 et ouais, c'est chaud. Hey. Le Parisien vient de l'ouest, mais Henri part à l'est. Le gars qui vient du nord, il vole la côte du sud. Vous dansez chauffeur, vous dansez chauffeur, vous dansez chauffeur, vous dansez chauffeur.
Esthétique, moi, je me bats depuis Hiroshima. On mangeait la charne depuis longtemps, depuis longtemps, depuis longtemps. Que mon petit, je mange depuis longtemps. Je connais la SAP depuis longtemps. J'ai ma CNI depuis longtemps. J'ai mon passeport depuis longtemps. Je voyage depuis longtemps. Je danse bien depuis longtemps. Je vis bien depuis longtemps. Je suis fort depuis longtemps. Manjumboum 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 depuis longtemps. C'est mon petit. On n'a pas peur des mamans. Malik le sorcier. Manjumboum des dieux. C'est mon petit. On n'a pas peur. petit, mange un boum depuis longtemps. Facile les sons. Un cherche. Que mon petit, mange un boum depuis longtemps, 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 mange un boum depuis longtemps. Manguru wasani, gouverneur Gasmoni, Baron Dinero, petit, mange un boum depuis longtemps. Loïc Laguerre, Loïc Premier, Manchachou, Abdel Bessin, Garçon Pelina, Abdel Bakoto, Aruna Fonassi. On n'a pas peur de manger l'argent. Give me the mic, girl. Parce que je vais être parmi les gens qui construisent. Je vais être parmi les gens qui ont le business à t'embarquer. Je vais être parmi les gens qui ont les choses à t'embarquer. Je vais être parmi les gens, je vais être parmi les gens. Tu vas pourquoi tu veux pas le laisser je vais construire oh mon Dieu, c'est qu'on a posé la dernière fois hier.